Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing good. Sorry for the little delay. I was having a hard time with my comments, but I think I got them up and going here. So, G of Guthrie, you're going to be the guinea pig here. Hey, it's working. Awesome. Well, good evening, everybody. Election Tuesday. Hope everyone is good. We are going to be following some races, not only here in Guthrie. We'll be primarily watching the one in Guthrie, but we will also have Langston. They got a couple of, they call them, in Guthrie we call them city council members. In Langston they call them trustees. There are 2 spots available there. Crescent has a school board seat open. We'll talk about that here in a second. And Mullhall has 2 ballot questions for school bonds. So they have one for $825,000 for buildings, $300,000, another one for $300,000 for transportation. We'll talk about that one as well. So those are the ones that we'll be following close. I got a friend that's running for mayor in Chandler, so I might be sneaking on him for a little bit as there's elections all over the place throughout the state. But obviously we will get to the ones that everyone is here for, which is primarily the one in Guthrie. We have Ward 1 up, Kaylee Mills and Adam Rupp. And the other one is the city council stipend. Should city council members receive not a salary, but a stipend of $300 per month. The early numbers are in. We'll have those here in just a second, but it is a little interesting, the early numbers for that. And we'll get to the early numbers right now. And we will first look at the city stipend down below there. And right now, city council members wouldn't have a stipend with the early votes. These are early votes that took place Thursday and Friday. 41 citizens said no stipend, while 40% said yes, stipend. So we'll see how the election day numbers come out for that. So, and the other question, of course, in Guthrie, and do note there are 7 precincts. You'll see that on your lower right. 07 means today's vote. Not any of those are reporting quite yet. The other one, Ward 1, between Kaylee Mills and Adam Rupp, the early numbers there will show 22 votes for Adam and 20 votes. And actually, that is already wrong. Let me fix that here real quick. Looks like we have, looks like they had to fix that a little bit. No, that's right. No, that number is not right. So we'll take that off here real quick. See if this one is working here. No, that one is not working either. So give me just a second here to get that one fixed. But I can tell you right now, Kaylee Mills with 10 early votes and Adam Rupp with 23 early votes. And so give me just a second to work that number out. And then for the Crescent Public Schools, that Kevin D. Armour and Brian Dalkey, those numbers are correct, 11-7. And do remind, there's 5 precincts in Logan County, but the Crescent schools also go into Kingfisher County. So they actually have 8 precincts. And so the numbers that you see there are for all the counties involved. So the 05 is really just in Logan County, but there's 8 total. And so we'll be following that race. And the next one we'll take a look at is Langston. Langston won 3 candidates for that one. Marion Sullivan and Misty Ellery with 2 votes each early on that one. Only 3 precincts for that one. In Ward 3 in Langston, 3 people, Jimmy Marshall II, Robert Davis, and Magna Scott. Magna Scott is the incumbent. And right now with the early voting, Robert Davis with 4 votes. Mullhall's proposition first, which is an $825,000 school bond. Remember, school bonds, you got to have at least 60%, a super majority there. But $825,000 to provide funds for the purpose of constructing, equipment, repairing, and remodeling school buildings, acquiring school furniture, fixtures, and equipment for the school sites. And then the other one in Mullhall is a ballot question for $300,000, and that's to provide funds for the purpose of purchasing transportation equipment and levy and collect an annual tax? So those are the two Mullhall questions. So those are the early numbers, and now we await the numbers for today's votes. So all the numbers that you've seen so far are the early voting that took place Thursday and Friday, and just waiting for those numbers to come in now. We'll take a look at a question here. I think the members of the council deserve at least, the very least, a little bit of compensation for all their time. There was definitely some conversation back and forth. That, remember, the council members first came back and were asking for a $600 monthly stipend, and then not too long after that held a special election and made that a $300 stipend. And right now, as you see on your screen, very, very close there. Okay, so let me go to my favorites here, make sure. And I needed to, let me check this numbers here one more time to make sure they are being reported correctly here. And it doesn't sound like there's going to be a whole lot. There wasn't a big voter turnout. About 5 o'clock, I was number 35 at my place. One location, about 30 minutes ago, only had 20 people had voted. And the biggest one was, last I heard, around 3:30, 4 o'clock, 270 people, which is primarily in Ward 1. So that will be the big one. So I'm thinking 750 total votes maybe is generous. We'll see how that plays out here in just a few moments. But I'm trying to get this one little nugget fixed here, and we'll see if I can get this here real quick. So give me just 1 second here. 3-3 and 4-3. Okay, let me see if I hopefully get this fixed. Look one more time here. Give it enough time to update here. 23, 10, 4, 1. All right, got it fixed. Easy fix there. So those are the early numbers there. With 1 of 4 precincts running right now, Adam Ropp with 13 votes ahead. Absentee mailing in this race here, Adam Ropp got 12 absentee mail vote-ins, and Kaylee Mills received 6. Early voting, which took place, again, Thursday and Friday, Kaylee Mills got 4 early votes, while Adam got 11 early votes. And so there you have the exact numbers to this very moment right now. Adam Ropp with a 13-vote lead of Kaylee Mills with 1 of 4 precincts reporting. City of Guthrie, we have an update on that one here. We now have 2 of 7 precincts reporting for the city council. And against 82. Sometimes I don't know how they're going to put it on here, so mine's opposite of what theirs is. So right now, about to show you the number here as soon as it updates. But 148 votes are in with 2 of the 7 precincts in. See if it's updated. And it is. No, the bottom number has not changed yet. It's kind of a one by myself tonight, so I'm not be able to tell when the numbers refresh or not. But I can tell you with the city stipend, there it is. Though that number now has been corrected. 82 no votes with 66 yes votes. 2 of the 7 precincts are in. So 28% of the precincts are reporting. So here are the latest numbers for Ward 1. You see there, Kaylee Mills, 10 votes total, 23 for Adam Ropp, with 1 of 7 precincts reporting. And the city stipend for city of Guthrie. You see it officially there, 55-44 right now. The no votes have it. Make sure I'm not missing any questions. Nothing looks good. Okay, awesome. You guys have any questions, comments? That'd be great. We can go back and have a good discussion on here. I don't have to be the only one talking here. Okay, we got an update in Langston. Very interesting over there. A lot of back and forth. They've had one forum and a lot of stuff on Facebook. It's been kind of interesting. I just kind of caught up on it today. But this will be interesting to see how this one comes out today. A couple incumbents drawing a couple candidates, and I think it'll be very interesting to see how that turns out. And we will have the Langston numbers here in just 1 second. Update. They have two council or trustees is what they're called in Langston. City council members here, but and they have 1 of 3 precincts. So that we should know pretty quick on Langston, and we can go to the Langston 1 and make sure that has updated correctly. Marion Sullivan, who I apologize, but I do believe she is is the incumbent for that seat there, and she's out to an early lead there, 5-2. And then in the 3rd precinct in Langston, make sure it's updated in time. It has. And Robert Davis, 4 votes. Magnus Scott is the incumbent there in that race there. Right now, 2 votes each for him and Jimmy Marshall II. Robert Davis leads that one early on. The Crescent, I'm going to go ahead and fix this. There's 5 precincts in Logan County. There's 3 in Kingfisher, but let's just put 8 precincts all together. That way we know the total numbers here. And yes, for Crescent. So 1 of 8 reporting, and not much has changed there. So obviously Crescent has to drive their ballots over to the Logan County Election Board here in Guthrie, and then they also got, for the ones in Kingfisher, got to drive it to their seat there over there, Election County. So it might take a little bit longer for Crescent, but I can tell you, doing a little bit of work there. Kevin Armour is the incumbent. He's a longtime Crescent resident. In fact, graduated from Crescent. He's a retired firefighter, builds home. Brian recently moved in. I'm not sure how long ago, but moved in. So you kind of have Kevin Armour, who grew up in Crescent, graduated from Crescent, where you have Brian Dalkey is new to the area. How new, I'm not sure, but so we'll see how that one plays out here in a little bit. Again, Mullhall has 2. Okay, so there's 9 precincts altogether, because on the Mullhall school bond, it has Garfield County, Noble County, Payne County, and Logan County. So Mullhall has 4. Their school district is in 4 counties, which is crazy. But there's 5 in Logan County, 4 in the other counties combined. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to 9 precincts, although there's only 5 in Logan County, but it'll help us get more numbers in there. So, and not much has changed in the Mullhall. So, in the vote. So we'll come back to those here in a little bit. And as soon as it's, I see it, and I will update it as fast as I can, as we are now at the halfway point of the election here in Guthrie. We have 2 of the 4 precincts reporting for the Adam Ropp and Kaylee Mills Ward 1 position. They are taking the place of James Long, who did not seek re-election. James Long 4 years ago did not draw an opponent, so he did not have to campaign, and he was seated, and he did not seek re-election there. So, all right, so let me update the numbers here just real quickly. And as soon as they refresh, I will give you an update on that one. While that one refreshes, I will 83, yes. And no. And we have 3 of 7 reporting for the city council stipend. Give a second for those to update, and let's see if it has indeed update. Should be 2617, and it is. So 2 of the 4 precincts are in. We have 2 more to go. And again, low voter turnout here. Adam Ropp with 26 total votes. Kaylee Mills with 17 votes. And both ran great campaigns, knocked a lot of doors, both put a lot of signs out, and both did a great job at the forum that we had a few weeks ago with the Chamber Forum. And so Guthrie will be in good shape with whoever wins this race here. Adam's probably a little bit more rooted here in Guthrie with the depot, has served on several boards here in Guthrie, well liked in Guthrie. So he's probably the favorite going in. Kaylee has done a good job of making some ground here, but we'll see how it goes. We're halfway there. We'll see how it finishes up. And then the stipend. 3 of the 7 precincts are in. Right now, voters are saying no to the $300 monthly stipend for all 7 members of the city council. It'll be about $25,000 a year is what they get. Right now, council members get paid $1 a year. And tonight, I totally forgot. I forgot to get the computer over to City Hall, but tonight, we'll have to get that recorded and upload it later. But tonight is the final meeting for James Long, as Adam or Kaylee will be sworn in here soon, and they will have they'll be at the council meeting in May, so they'll be sworn in right into action there. Also tonight is the last scheduled meeting for Leroy Alsop, the city manager. There's no more meeting scheduled for this month. It was canceled due to 89ers. So this is Leroy's final council meeting, unless there's an emergency meeting or a special meeting. But so James Long's last meeting tonight, along with Leroy Alsop. And I'm working first on the city of Guthrie numbers, because they will come in faster than Langston, Mullhall, and Crescent. And so we have another update. Give me just a second to get it into the system here. And 75% of the Ward 1 votes are in. And it is going to be a much bigger lead now, as the biggest precinct that I was talking about earlier that had about 300 some odd votes, that number is in, and that one precinct really is going to determine the entire process. And I think those numbers will prove it here as soon as this update. So I think it is. Well, we'll let the numbers show here just 1 second, and it will update here. Takes a few seconds to go to the cloud and back down here. So give it 1 second here on this. There it is. Adam Ropp with a huge 295 to 84 vote there. And it is safe to say Adam Ropp will be the winner of tonight's election for Ward 1. The biggest precinct out there is now, these numbers are in there. And so, again, a couple of precincts had 30, 20, but the biggest one is officially in. So it looks like a comfortable lead and win tonight for Adam Ropp in the city Guthrie Ward 1. So we got one more precinct to go in there, but it does look like Adam Ropp will be the next city council member. We do have an update on the stipend. 5 of the 7 precincts are now reporting. And we will give you those numbers here. Just 1 second. 7. And the yes has. I got to tell you, this the stipend question is a lot closer than I had anticipated. I really didn't see anybody advocating for the stipend. I didn't see anybody against the stipend as far as ads, signs, any of that. I didn't hear a whole lot of talk. I think it just kind of snuck up on people. But honestly, a little bit surprised on how close this is. And this is going to go down to the wire. But 5 of the 7 precincts are reporting. 307 votes say no stipend, and 279 people have voted for a stipend. So that will come down to the very, very end. All right. G.F. Guthrie says the Cats will have a new friend on the city council. I think G.F. Guthrie is talking about Adam Ropp. Adam spoke about that, has been working with Lisa New on some stuff there. So G.F. Guthrie says, way to go, Adam. Graceland, congratulations, Adam. And Phoebe also says, congratulations, Adam. I appreciate everybody commenting. And I don't know if my Facebook comments are popping up, but those are all the YouTube comments. And I'll check the Guthrie News page, Facebook, to make sure I'm not missing those. Might not have them on the screen, but nonetheless. All right, let's see if we got that final City of Guthrie number in there to make it official for Adam Ropp on the official number. But, yeah, appreciate everybody commenting. It makes it a much better show. There are comments, so I am definitely missing those, so I apologize. Won't have you on there on the screen, but Buddha Williams, howdy, Chris. Good to see you. Former Logan County deputy, now number 2 in Cleveland County at the sheriff's office. Kim's watching. Thank you. Brittany Gellenbeck told me moved in Crescent in 2020. Thank you. We're talking about Brian Dalkey, who is running for the Crescent Board of Education. I haven't forgot about you, Crescent. I promise we'll get that here in a second. Brett Lemon says, go, Adam, go. And we still don't have any update on the City of Guthrie stuff. So it's just about trying to get the final number for Adam in the Cali race here. Do one more thing, one more check here, 3 or 4 or 5, 7. So no update on that one so far. No update on the Langston ones that I went through earlier. Trustee 1, it's still, I guess we do have an update on that one. Oh, clicked the wrong one. There we go. Still no update on that one. Still the total of 8 votes. Robert Davis leading that way, that race so far. And we do have an update on Crescent. So let me get that one in here real quick. I know a lot of people in Crescent are watching. And I want to get this in here real quick for them. Kevin Armour. You always want to make sure you put it on the right one here. Kevin Armour and Brian. This is going to be a close race here. And how many precincts are reporting? 3 of 8. So we got a little bit way to go on this one, but a tight race, 3 of 8 precincts reporting, just a 2-vote difference. And we'll see if it'll pop up here real quick. Those are the old numbers. The new numbers will pop up here in just 1 second. Why these numbers refresh here, and I'm going to check in on the City of Guthrie one more time here as I do this. A big thank you to all of our poll workers out there at these precincts. It is a long, long day. They open up at 7 a.m., so they have to be there, obviously, around 6:30, and then they get to leave shortly after 7 o'clock. So it is a long, long day. There's 3 of them at each precinct. Hopefully there's 3 of them at each precinct. There was this election cycle, but a big, big thank you to them. I know there's legislature. I think it's passed the House that they would get a pay increase. And they deserve that, and rightfully so. So when you go out and vote, always tell them thank you. I know I certainly do that where I vote at the Logan County Fairgrounds, and they do such a great job. Sometimes it's not easy because a lot of times people will come in and vote on the City of Guthrie stuff, but they live just outside the city limits and can't vote. And so there are a few times that does happen, but and they have to hear about it. Sometimes, and there's nothing they can do about it but just sit there and kind of take it. But big thank you to all of our great poll workers out there. Okay, as I await the City of Guthrie numbers, by the way, they're all the Crescent updated numbers. Just a 2-vote difference between Kevin Armour and Brian Dalkey. So that will be close. I'll have time here a little bit, but the Mullhall bonds are passing very easy right now. The first one, 24 yes votes to 2 no votes. That's 92%. Got to have 60% to get that. And the same situation on the transportation bond for Mullhall, Orlando, 23 yes votes, 3 no votes. And we'll update those on the graphics here in a little bit. I just want to make sure as soon as that Guthrie number those couple of final Guthrie numbers come in, that we get those out as soon as possible. But the close one is that city stipend. That city stipend only, 21 plus 7 is 28. Only a 28 vote difference. No updates on those with the latest refresh there. And slow internet. I don't know what's going on with that tonight. We'll try to get that fixed. Again, my Facebook comments are not popping up, so I won't have it on there. But Don Harding, former mayor here in Guthrie, got to visit with Don yesterday. Watched his grandkid play some baseball for the junior high Blue Jays. But he says paying the mayor and council member was on the ballot in the late 1990s. I did not know that when he was elected mayor. And the compensation of $50 a month was defeated. Just a FYI, hope it passes. Good information. Did not know that, Don. I'll have to add that in the article. So in the late 90s, when he was elected mayor, a compensation of $50 per month was defeated. And if you go to Guthrie News page and search and type in stipend, in that article, there's a bunch of cities that close to our size. You can look at there and see how much they get paid or not get paid. So if you want to see how we compare to others, that is in that article there. So great stuff. Appreciate that. Kim Malone is watching. Thank you. And Charlie Beavers says, congratulations, Adam, on your win. And exactly what that is, not sure quite yet. We got one more result for that to come in before we can put the final number on that one. But the biggest precinct here in Ward 1 over in the church area, First Christian Church, I think. Because First Christian Church and Guthrie Housing Authority had to merge together, which were the two largest ones on that side. So I think it's at the church. Someone let me know. I think it's First Christian Church. But that, whatever, I think it is. That is the largest precinct, not only for this race, but for a lot of the races. That's a big, big precinct. And when you have less than 400 votes, that precinct will be huge. So that's why you saw a lot of the Kaylee and Adam signs along division, because that's a good scope of the voters there. No update yet on the city stipend as well. So the numbers still are sticking there. Guthrie, Oklahoma Channel 1 says city council members that actually work deserve a small stipend. Cody says, good evening. Good evening to you. Miss Maneka, the merch in Guthrie. Go check him out. So proud of you, Adam. Adam, can't wait to see the progress. There's my buddy, Guthrie, Oklahoma Channel 1 face. Oh, he spaced it out. I'm not going to give his identity away, but he spaced it out. Usually, he's being nice. He's being nice for the live audience. He usually has other stuff for them, but he is not a Facebook fan. I know that. Just a little inside joke, but he didn't call him something else. That's good. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's our little day. It's not horrible. All right, do another fresh update here. And also, a big thank you to all the poll workers at each state, but a big thank you to Shalene and all of her group over at the Logan County Election Board. So far, I've only bothered them one time throughout this entire process. So a big thank you to her and everybody over there answering phone calls and press releases and all that good stuff. So big thank you. Next vote will be in May. But I think that's primarily for our folks in Cashion, so we should be okay. Then in June, that's the big one. June 13th, District 2, Logan County. Three candidates for that: Wayne Elder, Floyd Kaufman, and Charlie Meadows are running for District 2, the place that is vacant by the resignation of Cody Ellis. That will be June 13th. We are working on a forum Working on a date, a time, a location, and all that good stuff, but hope to have a forum with those 3 candidates to have questions and see, so people can see their platform, hear their platform, and what they want to do with that. So that will be in June 13th, and that will be only for the folks in District 2 to vote on that. So I live in District 3. I will not be able to vote on that one. So only the folks in District 2, which is about I-35 and to the east. Which is a lot of people, but it goes as far as Coyle and Meridian, and I think just south or around the Langston area in District 2. In fact, I think Logan County went through the state went through a redistricting, and I think District 2 now has Langston in there as well. So, but I-35 into the eastern part of the county. That will be June 13th for District 2. Again, working on a forum. And so if you have questions, get those ready. We'll have that. Okay. All right. We have our final numbers in here for both of the Guthrie elections. So let me get them in here. 4 of 4 reporting and 7 of 7 reporting. So give me 1 second to get the final numbers in here. And I hope this is not right. Surely not only one person voted in Ward 1 or at this one precinct. Those poll workers, man, they have to stay there all day long for one person to come in. I'll have to get that confirmed. Surely our poll workers have to stay there for 12 hours, almost 13 hours, 12 and a half hours for one person to vote. I hope that's not the case, but it looks like that might be exactly what happened, but I'll have to ask. Not uncommon. 4-4, as you see it on your screen there, Kaylee Mills and Adam Ropp, Ward 1. It is official. Those numbers are official for tonight. Those numbers are official tonight. Now, the Logan County Election Board will get together on Friday. It's a 3-member board along with Shalene, and they will verify the votes. They will certify the votes on Friday, but these numbers are usually pretty darn good. They don't change very much. So congratulations to Adam Ropp, Ward 1 winner in the Guthrie City Council. Final vote numbers, as you see, 296 to 84. Adam Ropp with nearly 78% of the vote. Again, he was a heavy favorite in tonight's race, but Kaylee did a good job. I thought she answered all of the questions right. She attended city council meetings. So we do have a camera at the celebration party over at the Adam Ropp Watch Party in downtown Guthrie, and we'll see if I think we might be on a television in there. There they are celebrating a victory tonight, and there's Adam Ropp. There he is out there with his watch party crew, and they are celebrating a victory tonight, and there they are. Happy you can hear them here in downtown Guthrie. So congratulations to Adam Ropp and his crew out there. Okay, so the one that came down to the end, it's the stipend. Will Adam Ropp and fellow council members get a $300 monthly stipend? The answer to that is no. A lot closer than anticipated. A lot of people thought maybe 30% or less, 25 to 30% or less. But the yes votes with a good showing of 47.53%. But the no votes get it total 308 to 279. So council members will not get a $300 monthly stipend. With 7 members, that would be about $25,000 per year to the taxpayers, but they will stay at $1. And I think with more conversation, more dialogue, more workshops and not just, just kind of bringing it out and about in a quick meeting and then another special meeting where it took less than a couple of minutes to do it. I think if the council members approach it the right way by having workshops, more discussion, more time to think about it, I think even if it came back at $300, I think they would have a much better chance of passing that. We'll see. But I think it just kind of came out of nowhere real fast, real quick. And there was a lot of things with insurance and then it came down to a stipend and all that stuff. So it was a lot of moving parts quickly. So I think with more time, more dialogue, I think this will come back, and I think they'll have a better chance if they have the, again, more dialogue on it. So that's my personal thoughts. I don't know. It might be even worse. So more comments coming in here. Kelly, Adam Robb always stands for right and paid off tonight. Thank you for running Adam. Thanks for sharing him with our city. Abby is Adam's wife, who I was getting my beverage before the show, and I saw her out there working on signs up until the final 75, 90 minutes of the campaign. So she deserves a lot of credit as well. Congratulations on the love of my life, Adam. I'm so very proud of you. You're going to do great things. Virginia, Jasper, and I love you. That would be her. That would be the wife of Adam Robb, Abby, and her kids there, Virginia and Jasper. They're like little models. They're very photogenic. Of course, the Robs are very good at video and camera and all that good stuff. So, Guthrie, Oklahoma Channel 1. Hopefully the ghost of Charlie Meadows wins. This will be the best thing that will happen for you, Chris. A circus, no doubt. That's June 13th. A lot of discussion before that and a lot of votes for that. So we'll see how that one goes. Phoebe says, thanks for the coverage, Chris. Technical difficulties handled with grace and aplomb. Oh, good word. Yeah, I had a little bit, I was here all day in the studio working and I was testing it. It all looked like it was going very well. And it had that one little glitch and it worked there. So, there's Abby officially. We'll get her photo on there. She says the same things there. And Chubbs, 23RP, my brother, my counterpart, he'll be on the open mic tomorrow night. I'm sure we will be discussing this as well. Great job, Guthrie. Rob is in and not getting paid. Yes, Ronnie voted for Adam, but voted no for the council, and he just made it there public. And we talked about that on the Open Mic podcast. Check us out every Wednesday night about 6 o'clock. I'm sure we'll be discussing this and all the good stuff. And what makes the show even better is the back and forth conversation. That's what makes the show. We're just kind of three knuckleheads up here that talk, but the back and forth with you guys is the best part of that show. The folks that are on city council deserve a small stipend, in my opinion. Thanks. Yeah, I agree. And I think if handled the right way, I think they'll get there. I totally agree with that. Okay, so let's just make this official here. I'll give it a full screen. Look here, and we can maybe look at a few others here real quick. Let's give it the full screen here. City stipend. No, these numbers are officially done. 52% to 48%, if you will. No stipend. And then Ward 1, Kaylee Mills, 84 total votes, and Adam Robb with 296. It should be a percentage there where the numbers are wrong, but that's okay. We got it on there. And there's the official percentages if you want to get that. So bear with me. Let me check Facebook real quick. I don't want to forget my let's see here. Josh Seabolt, thanks for all you do, Chris. Love the election coverage. Awesome. Always Josh Seabolt with that. Adam and Kelly both ran good campaigns. That was from Carol Downs. Totally agree. They both did a good job with that. Penny Gooch, the staff at the election board is wonderful. Absolutely. Carol Downs asks, how many registered voters are in Ward 1? I will work on that on Guthrie News page. I will have an article hopefully tomorrow, and I will let the election board people rest a little bit before I start asking all these questions for them. But I will definitely try to get that number of registered voters. It's usually somewhere between 10 and 20% of registered voters actually vote. So we'll see what these numbers are for this one here. Remember, this is a nonpartisan. This is not Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Independent. None of that. This is nonpartisan. So Scott Russell says the council approached the stipend as bad as it could, $600 and $300, so disorganized. And that's part of what I was talking about earlier. Scott was probably just echoing that. I agree with Scott. I think it was just kind of disorganized and kind of came quickly, but I've already talked about that. So thank you for the great comments. We're going to do a quick update here on, I would like to actually get some dinner here before too long. So, but I will try to get these numbers close as possible. Let me update for our folks in Crescent, Mullhall, and Langston. We'll get those numbers here right now. Let it refresh here. And there's our Guthrie numbers here. Okay, we have some final numbers in Langston. So let's get to Langston here real quick. Give me a second here to type this in. So we have 3 of 3. All right, this is going to be a little quicker than I thought. I had a few candidates ask me what time will we know the numbers, and I told them 8 o'clock. So I'm at least 50% correct, and 50% tonight's a win. So I'll call that a win tonight for me. 59. Let's get these numbers here real quick. And 6. All right, let me get to Ward 3. Apologize, get this in here real quick. Boy, these were some tight races as expected. Wow, in Langston. Extremely close, especially with 3 people. This is amazing how close this is. Almost made that mistake. Don't want to do that. Okay, let me check my numbers here real quick because these will be final, and I don't want to put any bad numbers up there. I always think about, man, that would be so bad if I put the wrong numbers on there. John Marshall, yes. Jimmy Marshall, excuse me. Robert Davis, yes. Magnus Scott Sr., yes. And then this also gives my numbers to Time to Fix as well. All right. Misty Ellerberry, yes. Marion Sullivan, yes. And Chimitria, yes. Okay. We have and Crescent is done too. I think we're going to be completely done here. Let's get Langston in here real quick. And this is trustee Ward 1, city council member. We call him in Guthrie, but in Langston it's trustee. And look how close that was with 3 people in that race. You think this one's close. Wait till you see the next one. But a 26-vote victory for Misty Ellerberry, 59 with 33 over Marion Martin Sullivan. And I think Marion Sullivan was the incumbent in Langston. So if that is correct, and I think it is, the incumbent goes down tonight in Langston. Misty Ellerberry is the victor there. And then in Langston, Ward 3, another 3-person race. Look how close that is. For a 3-person race, that is extremely close. Magnus Scott Sr., 38 votes. He is the incumbent, has been doing it for a while over in Langston, and he wins tonight with 38 votes. Just 4 more votes than Jimmy Marshall, the second, and Robert Davis finishes third, 9 votes behind the winner. That is amazing how close that was in Langston. Give me just a second here to put in the Crescent numbers here. The Crescent numbers are done. This is both Kingfisher and Logan County. So for Crescent School Board, seat number 3. And again, let me make sure I get this one right here. And get my Crescent notes out. I was able to speak to a few folks from Crescent today, just trying to get some information on the 2 candidates, and I think it's going to be updated by now. Nope, it's not updated yet. As soon as that updates, it'll be 8 of 8 precincts. This is for the school board, and there are the final numbers. Kevin Armour, the incumbent, goes down tonight. I've learned, Brian Dalkey learned this evening here on the show, And who was that? I got to give him a big thank you. My memory is gone by, and I just said her name. But anyway, Kevin Armour, if you just joined me, is the incumbent. He was graduated from Crescent, longtime Crescent native, retired firefighter. Goes down to Brian Dalkey, who I was told moved into the Crescent area in 2020. I forgot who told me that on Facebook, but moved in. I moved in kind of in from the Deer Creek area into Crescent. What I was told on a little bit of homework that I was able to do today. But the incumbent goes down, and Brian Dalkey is the new school board member for Crescent Public Schools. So we got Guthrie, we got Crescent, we got Mullhall to go, and almost done. They got one precinct left. Let me update that here real quick, and then we can put these numbers in, and then we can, we can make it all official. We'll go down through one more time, and so just a few more minutes left here on the show. So get your comments in. We'll get them out there real quick. Let me get Mullhall in here real quick, and we'll put a bow on tonight's election coverage. All right. No votes. I can tell you Mullhall easily passed both of their bonds tonight. I can tell you that. Unless there's one precinct that is just absolutely huge that I'm unaware of, but 8 of 9 are reporting. One from here, okay, Mullhall. 40 and 16. All right, we'll let these numbers refresh here in just 1 second. So I was close, 8 o'clock, and there's only one precinct that's not reporting, and that's the Mullhall, and I don't think it's going to sway one way or another. Let's see here. I will call just 1 second with that. Okay. Mullhall numbers. Yes, that is it. That is with 8 of 9 precincts. Yes. And that's an $825 school bond, $825,000 school bond. And that is going to help with buildings. Let's see here. The ballot says provide funds for the purposes of constructing, equipment, repairing, and remodeling school buildings, acquiring school furniture, fixtures, and equipment for school sites. So congratulations to them. And then the other proposition was number 2, a $300,000 bond there, and that is to purpose for purchasing transportation, equipment, and levy collect on an annual tax. So Mullhall will get some money toward transportation. So that is 8 out of 9. You got to have 60% in school bonds, a super majority of the vote. And yes, there's one precinct out there, but I couldn't imagine it being big enough or small enough to even make a difference in the numbers. So congratulations to Mullhall. Always good to see our folks up in the north to continue ways. A lot of times in Mullhall, Coyle, their big town focus is their school system. So I'm glad to see that. I would say the same thing with Langston, but Langston University is probably the biggest thing out there, which if you didn't see today on Guthrie news page, President Kent Smith is retiring. So Langston will be looking for a new president come soon. Okay, so let's look at the final numbers one final time, and then we'll wrap it up here on election coverage. And then we'll wrap it up, and then we'll take a few comments and get on out of here. Again, a big thank you to everybody for checking out the show this evening. Ward 1, City of Guthrie. Adam Ropp is your clear winner tonight. Almost 78% of the vote, as he 296 total votes to 84. Congratulations to Adam Ropp. He will be the Council Ward 1 member, and he will take the place of James Long. Adam will be sworn in at the first council meeting in May. Should city council members be paid a $300 monthly stipend each? Voters say no, although it is a lot closer than a lot of people had thought. We were thinking mid-20s, 30% at most, but they get almost 48% of the vote, but it does fell 308 to 279. I think this will come back in the future. I don't know if it's 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, but I think this will come back. And with this vote, I think if they handle that the correct way, I think that will pass. Langston won, trustee Ward 1. And the Misty Ellerberry, I do believe, takes down the incumbent Marion Sullivan tonight, 59 to 33. All three of those precincts are in. Ward 3, three-person race, and look how close that is. That's amazing, 3 people there. But tonight's vote, Magna Scott, 38 votes, Robert Davis, 29 votes, and Jimmy Marshall II with 34 votes. Crescent School Board, Brian Dahlke takes down Kevin Armour, 318 to 198. These lights are really bright, so let me make sure I know how to read, I promise. Yeah, 318 to 198. The lights are bright in here. So congratulations to him. And Mullhall, let's give one more chance here. We'll give him one more refresh for the Mullhall, but both bond proposals passed tonight fairly easy with 8 of 9 precincts in, 143 to 13. Let's go down here. And okay, the final numbers are in. And what is this one is the Prop 1. So with all precincts in, this one wins 143 to 13. So no one voted in that final one there. And in Prop 2 for Mullhall Public Schools, that is final as well. So that is with 9 of 9 precincts reporting. So with 1 precinct reporting, the numbers did not change. And hopefully we didn't have poll workers sitting there to see nobody come in. Ugh, it's always scary. But you got to have it. You just can't say there's only 2 people. Sometimes there's only 2 people that are registered to vote in the small area. And you gotta keep it open. You just can't say, it's not 2 people. You can't do that. You got to obviously keep it open so everyone has a chance to vote. And thank you to everybody for going out and voting as well. Hopefully you got your sticker. You can show off and let everybody know that you voted. All right, let's check the comments one last time before we exit stage left. Again, thank you to everybody for the comments tonight. Guthrie, Oklahoma Channel 1. Good job, Chris. Hooray for GMP. Yeah, it's been these are always fun to do. The conversation has always been good. Always helps with comments. So big thank you for that. And we'll check news page, Facebook. Sorry, I hope he turned off before he heard me what I was doing. But I want to check those real quick. We have a good group over there, and it does not look like. Brittany Gellenbeck, thank you. That's who helped me that moved into Crescent in 2020. So thank you for that. I think these are going to be everybody that said stuff earlier. Miss Aunt Shirley Ford is watching as always. She always watches everything. Thank you for that. So, all right, that will do it here this evening. Congratulations to all the winners, and once again, a big thank you to everybody out there for getting out and vote. Next vote, May 9th, I think it is. Again, I think the only thing in Logan County will be cash in school question over there. June 13th will be the next big one for District 2 voters for Logan County District 2 Commissioner. Again, the candidates there will be Wayne Elder, Floyd Kaufman, and Charlie Meadows. I'm sure we'll have a whole lot of information coming here in the next several weeks as we get ready for that June 13th votes. And before that, we'll have a forum. I think the Chamber of Commerce is working on a forum, and hopefully we have that coming maybe late May, possibly. Time, date, location, all that to be determined later. We still got some time. So that will do it here tonight. Again, a big thank you to everybody for checking out the stream. Congratulations to all the winners, and have a great, great rest of the week. Enjoy the weather. It's nice today. I guess it's going to get a little cold, a little cooler, I should say, tomorrow. But anyway, we'll get to spring eventually. All right. I'm Chris Evans. Thanks for checking out the Chris Evans podcast. Also, I know you're watching on Guthrie News page, but we have a pretty cool podcast network. It's small, but it is getting bigger and bigger. Second Banana Media. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and sign off there and search Second Banana Media, subscribe and like that. Also, if you're on Facebook, we're also on Facebook, Second Banana Media. Just switch those around and like and follow everything on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube's the best way to find stuff. This video will disappear in Facebook land, but they're a lot easier to find on YouTube. So please subscribe, click that bell. We're trying to get over 200 on Second Banana Media and eventually build that up. So that will help a whole bunch. All right. I'm out of here. Chris Evans here on the Chris Evans podcast.